Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name's Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and on today's video we're going to be talking a lot about Asian books, Asian authors, and all the books that I plan to read for the Asian Readathon, aka my May TBR. I've been aware of the Asian TBR for a while, but I keep forgetting about it because I don't subscribe to Cindy from, Cindy's channel, who is the creator of this readathon. I will link below. But Nkechi from City Writer Girl, they reminded me about this readathon when they did their announcement video and TBR, which again I will link below. Please go check them out. And it made me think, do you know what? My favourite type of mythology to read is Asian mythology. My favourite type of fantasy is Asian fantasy. I am obsessed with manga, as we all know. And I've kind of entered in my translated fiction era this year. I've read a couple of them and have really enjoyed them. So I thought, do you know what? Let's take part. So every year there is a theme that is chosen and then the prompts are picked based off of those themes. So the theme this year is based off of the movie Past Lives, which came out last year. There are 5 prompts for this, and the main rules are to pick books that, there's no real set rules. You can double up on prompts. The only sort of thing that Cindy says that is preferable is that for every different book you pick, you choose an author from a different country, because Asia is made up of so many different countries. There are 6 regions in Asia. So I decided I wanted to try also, if I could, to get books from each of these regions. And I have succeeded apart from one. I could not find any Serbian books, and I don't want to buy books. I want to go based off what I already own. So we have prompts based off all of that. I also, because I'm extra, and I wanted to continue with the theme of Asian Readathon, have decided I'm going to do the 30 and 30 manga challenge next month, because 90 to 99% of manga is Japanese authors. And so I am also going to be doing my roles for the game, so my game is going to be coming up in a minute, and so for the board, again, where possible, I'm going to try to match books to those prompts. We shall see how that goes. But obviously this is one of those things where, yes, this month in particular I'm paying closer attention to the Asian books that I have on my shelves, but, read diversely throughout the year. Don't just wait until specific months or readathons and that's the only time of the year that you read diversely. And that is something I have really been trying to do more of, is be more conscious about reading diversely throughout the whole year rather than at specific times. So yeah, even though I am reading a lot of these books this month, I do actually read Asian books throughout the year, and it is one of my favourite genres and places with mythology and lore that I love to read about. But anyway, first of all, we need to go to the board and find out what prompts we're getting for the Hero's Path TBR. And then we will go through and talk about the Asian Readathon as well as the Hero's Path. And I'll mention a tiny bit about 30 and 30 for the manga. Editing Kirsty, who I forgot in the recording of this to talk about the books from last month and what was on my TBR and what I did or did not read. Of the 5 books, I completed Monstrous Volume 3 for people with special ability. I didn't read, but I did read This Poison Heart, so I am adding that. Hyped book or series, graphic novel. As I said, I DNF'd the Monstrous series, so I read Spy Family. I didn't read The Mermaid, the Witch in the Sea. I did read Prince's Gambit. And for Element on the Cover, I haven't finished it yet, but I will finish Take Out Sushi by Christopher Green in place of Monstrous Volume 2. I should have gone forward 5 steps. Did I remember to? No. So I'm going to carry that forward to the next game, and I'm going to make a note that the next game I need to go forward bonus steps. One day I'll remember all the elements of my own game. But anyway, let's get on to the board. Okay, so as said, I get to take 3 steps forward this time. And so, no, 4. 2? I can't even remember. I get to take 4 steps forward. So we start here this month. Let's go. Roll number 1 is a 2, starting off with a blank, and we have features an OTP, which is one true pairing, or a ship you have. Already have some ideas, and the bonus prompt for that is... I really need to write these down. Graphic novel. So if it's a graphic novel or manga, I get a bonus. Roll number 2, we have a 6, which is another blank. And we have organised crime. Excellent. Our next roll is a 4. So we have a blank again. And this is a buddy read. That's pretty handy, actually. I've got a few of those coming up. Roll number 4. We have... Ooh! We have a tarot pick. Where's my deck? Oh, there it is. In case you're new here or you have forgotten, we use my animal tarot deck. I draw a card, and then anything that is on the card or whatever that card represents, that is the one that I use. Not beating around the bush, we are going with 6 of Pentacles. So there are stars on here, there are meerkats, there's grass, there's blue flowers, there's like a pretty background, so I could choose books with any of these colours or any of these themes. I'll also look up what 6 of Pentacles represents and see if that is a thing that I want to do. I can also choose, if I wish, I can choose to move to a different tarot card because I've pulled the tarot deck, but as this is the closest one to the end line, I'm just going to go with that. I think we might finish the board this month. So roll number 5, we have 5. Woo! We finished. Well, not finished the board, we finished this path. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Have we won the game again? Can we win the game 2 months in a row? That would be pretty awesome. Or are we doomed to have to do a punishment? Nah, no. It's a dead end. We're going to have to complete a series next month. Oof, okay. Okay, we can do this. But it does mean that we go back to the start of the board and we roll my d4 in order to see what we get. Pathway number 2 is the one that we've just completed. Pathway number 3. I don't think we've been down this route yet. Okay, starting a new path, and we have for our roll, which is our final roll of the day, we have the Jar of Doom. Ah, dear. And this one we have Supernatural Security Force Kiss of Life. Death. Kiss of Death. Do I want to do any more? I don't really have much going on. And even though I'm taking part in readathons, there's not like loads of stuff to do, and I'm not doing NaNoWriMo anymore. Well, I am, but not until July, so I want to do 2 more rolls, bump this up to 8 rolls this month, just because I feel like it. Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3 chests. So this is our jar here, where I have a bunch of things, and each one that's on here I have to find in my... on the cover of whatever book I pick. So we have a purple, and we have table, a book with a table on the cover. Nice. And our final roll of the day is going to be another 4. Let me know in the comments, should I bring in a new rule that if I roll 3 or more of the same number, I have to pick an extra book? Or even 2 or more of the same number? Let me know. But that's going to finish us on another blank, and we have R-rated. Nice. So, and if it's an ebook, that's a bonus. Okay, time to go pick some books. I went through my NetGalley, my ebooks, my audiobooks, and my physical books, and I wrote down every single country that I had represented, which I had more than I thought. I had India, Bangladesh, Singapore, China, Japan, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Korea, Vietnam, Iran, Malaysia, Afghanistan, and the Philippines. So starting off with the Asian readathon, we have, the first one is pick a book by any Asian author. So what I did is I filled the prompts of the other ones first, and then what was left over I then picked from there. Representing Western Asia with an author who is of Iranian descent, we have Furthermore by Tahera Mafi, and this is a middle grade about a young girl who goes who goes to look for her father who has disappeared. I also picked The Bone Witch by Rin Chipeko as an audiobook option because I do like to have at least one audiobook every month. And this is an author who is Filipino or Filipino descent. I'm not sure exactly whether she is from the Philippines or her family and she's descended. So that represents Southeast Asia. Number 2 is a book that feels timeless. So this could either be that it's like a book set in historical settings, a generational story, a classic, anything like that. And again, I've chosen 2. The first one represents Central Asia and Afghanistan, and that is The Little Coffee Shop of Kabul. I picked this up from a charity shop on a whim a couple of years ago when I had the mad idea that I was going to read a book from every single country before realising that my ADHD would never let me actually ever accomplish that. But I did pick this up when I had that project in mind, and it is not only timeless in that it's a multi-generational story, but it's also a slightly older book now. I believe it's sort of from... Oh, okay, it's a bit... I thought it was from sort of 2000, but it's from 2011, so it's not as old. But it's definitely got that kind of generational story in it and follows different women of different ages. And then the other one that I chose was Kim Ji-young, born 1984, which is set in Korea, which covers East Asia, and also is a book that is talking about a woman and what it's like to be a woman within Korea. And is very, very poignant, especially, and it feels timeless because this is a tale as old as time of women being mistreated and being sort of pulled down and, you know, feminine kind of rage. And currently there is a movement within Korea where women are electing to not have children because of how badly they are mistreated. Like I said, tale as old as time, women being treated like crap. Sticking in Korea, I have a underrated book for number 3, and for this I'm gonna do a reread of Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is a book following not a kitsune, that's the Japanese word for it, gummyo. It follows a gummyo, which is a fox spirit, and she loses her bead and a human finds it, and she now has to try and get her bead back. Otherwise, there are going to be really severe, dangerous, bad repercussions for everyone all around. Next up is a debut, and for this, I've chosen, again, 2 books. Don't know if I'll get to both of them, but I've got them anyway. With Singapore and travelling back to Southeast Asia, we have Fake Dates and Mooncakes. This one is a Singaporean author. This debuted last year, and I just think it looks so cute, and it's quite a short book, so I should be able to get through it quite quickly. And then from this year, I have a Chinese author who, I can't remember the name of the author. The book is How to End a Love Story, by Yulin Kwang, but it's a romance, and it's a debut, and it comes out next month as well, so I'm eager to get to that one. And then number 5 was the most complicated one, and the one that I was a bit unsure of at first, and then I did decide, actually, I do know what I want. A story, character, or world you would want in your next life. We have Darker by Thought by June C.L. Tan. I would like to be a Reaper because it just sounds so cool. I used to be a palliative care worker, and to be able to be on the other side of that to help welcome them into the afterlife and move them on to where they need to go next, I don't know, I just think it would be a beautiful role. And then the other one that I've chosen is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Eileen, because I love the idea of a tea-based magic system, and I love the idea of living in a world where there is magic, especially one that is infused with tea. What's not to love? So those are my picks for the Asian Readathon, which has covered quite a lot of Asia and Asian countries. That is not the end of the Asian books, so we are going to go to the board. So this one is where I'm bringing in some of the books that I plan on reading for my 30 and 30 as well, but I am trying to continue on with the theme of reading Asian authors where possible. So number one, OT ship, and if I can get a graphic novel or manga, Yor and Lloyd from Spy Family are definitely a ship that I have. I would be very shocked if they don't end up together, but currently they are still in that fake relationship stage and marriage of convenience and fake marriage stage. So we're just going to go with that, and I'm going to try for Spy Family Volume 10. Number two, Organised Crime, and for this I left the book upstairs because I'm stupid, but I have The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. The Yakuza is pretty much as famously organised crime as you can get, and this is one of the underlings of the Yakuza boss is tasked with babysitting his daughter. Buddy Read is the first of the non-Asian authors that I have for this month. And on a complete whim, I ended up joining the Chestnut Springs read along. So next month we will be reading book 2, which is Heartless by Elsie Silver. I'm currently reading Flawless, and I'm having a much better time with it than I was expecting to. It's been a bit of a surprise, so I'm looking forward to moving on to the second book once I finish Flawless. Then it was the tarot pick, and it was the Six of Pentacles, and I ended up going with the meaning of this card. I think I've done that twice now, both times I've pulled the tarot deck. But for this one, the meaning of the Six of Pentacles is all about you do things for other people, they will do things for you, and make sure that things are mutually beneficial rather than one person taking all of it and being greedy. And it made me kind of think about the concept of fake dates and mooncakes, where he's really filthy rich, he's got a family that's got a business that's struggling, and they end up kind of helping each other out by fake dating, and it's a mutual beneficial thing where they're going to get stuff from each other. And I just felt it kind of matched with the theme of that, especially with like the wealth and where one of them is really wealthy. I just kind of ran with that idea. Then we had the dead end. Then I had to do a challenge prompt, and that was to finish a series. So Asian authors, unfinished series, scared about the trauma, but it's time to do it. We are going to get the Girls of Paper and Fire series finished. Then was our Jar of Doom pick, and obviously I don't have a control over that, so this was Kiss of Death, and I, again, cannot remember the author, cannot remember anything about this book. I did really well at prepping for this video. From our treasure chest we had Table, and again, going back to one that I've already picked for the Asian Readathon, and that is the Little Coffee Shop of Kabul, because they are sat around a little table. And then the final one is R-rated. Cleverly, as I am, I haven't written one down because I didn't remember that. But I have a few R-rated books, so I will, when I'm editing, if I pick one, I will put it up here for you to check out. And then, like I said, I will also be doing the 30 and 30 manga. I don't have 30 manga that I have planned. In my possession, physical manga volumes that I have unread, I've got about 15. So I will be using some of my online resources. I've also requested a couple on Libby, and then the rest will just be sourced as and where I can on the internet. So it's going to be daunting because I've got all these books, I've got my 30 and 30 manga, and this is supposed to be a month where I was taking it easy by postponing NaNoWriMo so that I could take a break, and I've ended up just, you know. What's life if you don't test your sanity? Boring. That's what it is. Or sensible, if you're a sensible person. Anyway, let me know if you are planning on taking part in any readathons this month, or in particular if you are taking part in the Asian Readathon. What are you planning on reading for it? Wish me luck, because I am damn well gonna need it. Also, don't forget, I have just launched a Patreon, so if you are interested in more reading and writing content, if you're a budding writer, please feel free to come join us over there. We have an exclusive Discord, we have a book club, And on the higher tiers there are extra benefits as well, including a G drive of writing resources and even the chance to get a little handwritten postcard and some bookmarks from myself that I've designed and printed and even painted myself. So I really hope you consider coming over and joining us. My Patreon is linked down below. In the meantime, I really hope you're good. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're doing well. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content from me, and I will see you on the next video.